Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gon' talk, we gon' have fun. We be on fire, we be lit. It's a unique hustle, big shit.
Check it. It's a unique hustle. It's your boy ECO, and I'm here with the lovely, amazing, official, most indubitably, Miss Jamaica. What's going on? If you don't stop.
Nothing, they're all going. I want y'all to stop what you're doing right now. Go like, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms. When I mean all, I mean on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it, we're on it. Just Google us, Boss Talk Podcast 101. We'll pop up first in line, I guarantee you. But y'all see us in the street and talk about, man, I love what y'all doing. Keep up the good work. How can we be a part of Boss Talk? This is how you can be a part of Boss Talk. Under each and every interview, including this one right here in the description section below, there's a link that says join our membership. Click that link, follow all the instructions, and that's where you can see all the exclusive content that y'all been asking us. Where's this interview? Where's that interview? You got to be a member to see it. Thank you in advance, and we love you.
Man, listen, I'm down here, guys, in San Antonio, man, and my guy flew in, man. Always been down supporting Boss Talk 101. Said he'll come down here and give me a dope interview, as he's always done, man. The team player, man. The residency, man. OG, Piru, Ayatollah Marv is in the building, man, and we down in San Antonio, man. What's up, baby?
Hey, San Antonio, just like Compton.
Man.
We had amazing ride today. I mean, we went through hoods, real hoods, and got with the folks, got with the basics, and man, it was a invigorating ride to see, like, back in the times that when, you know, we was all good and everything was good in the hood, to see that and to bring it back. And we went to 2 different fractions and we got the same response everywhere we went.
Wow. And the thing is, man, the people just, how is it, man, when they walk up to you and say, man, I know you, man, I watch you all the time, man. And I can ask you that, you know, I know how it is for me, man. It's really like, man, it's just the respect I have for the people to even watch and show us love like they do, you know?
It's an admiration that even I feel like, man, people are giving you these compliments like, I've seen you, and it's not that I seen you do something bad to somebody. I seen you explore, and I like what you're saying, whether they like it or not. It sounds good, you know, so I'm really impressed that you gave me the opportunity to people all over the United States of America know me.
Snakes, do you hear that? Listen, man, what do you think about it? You seen the response, how the people respond to us. Like, what did you think when you seen, what you used to seeing it, but just seeing OG and I know you wasn't on the camera, you wasn't getting on there, but shout out to San Antonio, she showed love to us down there, and they showed.
I was a camera girl.
I know you got on that camera today. Let's talk about it.
No, I love the fact that when you go places that people are recognizing him, recognizing y'all, and really showing and telling you what they like about the podcast, because we do what we do just out of the goodness of our heart, just doing things, spending time together, working together, and we don't know what people think or say, or, you know, we just keep doing what we're doing because we're doing it for us and for God, but for the same time, it's like, it's good when we hear that feedback. We feel like we're doing something right. We're going down the right path. And I've always told people look at us and say, oh, y'all are celebrities. And I'm like, no, we just regular people.
Right.
It's just like, you know, meeting up with our oldest daughter and being around other people, and people like telling her, you didn't tell us that your dad is Boss Talk and such and such and such. And to hear her say, well, they're just regular people. And, you know, her friends are like, no, they're celebrities, but yeah, we are just regular people. So it is crazy to hear how people think of us and what they think about what we're doing.
Wow. OG, man, you went out there, man. Brothers, man, all type walks of life, you know, San Antonio on the east side, you know, we didn't really just go all the way. We went in rural areas, but we didn't go on the west side like I would have liked, but we did what we did with the people that we connected with.
We dominated the east side. We got the east side down.
We wrapped the east side up.
West is the best.
Oh, yeah.
West is the best all over the world. It's the best. Give a damn about the east.
Man,
the east got east, but the best is the west. But, man, I'm talking about that east side. That east side was dynamic. They had 525 day. It was a hood day, and you know, we had, it was a gang of folks there. They had them cars with them dynamite rims on it.
You talking about them swangers?
So I ain't seen that since YouTube. You know?
I saw you went over there and you videoed the whole thing.
Man, we California, man. They couldn't do nothing. They would have so many murders. You them scratched up my car with them wheels. Now you can't get close to nothing like that.
That's what I used to always wonder when I saw those cars. I'm like, how is it possible to be driving down the street with your, swingers that far out and not touch the next car beside you?
When you drive like that, you're driving carefully.
And very slowly.
Yes.
Very slowly. Very, very slowly, because you don't want no problems. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
OG, I like I said, my biggest thing is, man, when you come down to Texas, man, you show so much love, and you always, showing love and rocking out with the city.
It reciprocates. You show love when you get love. And the outstanding thing about Texas is always opening. I mean, I'm full. Y'all feeding me good. We don't have a Waffle House here, and they got strip clubs. They don't even strip. What? Strip clubs that you don't strip. What good is that? That's like drinking near beer. Why would you drink near beer?
That is crazy,
man. I'm saying, but I love San Antonio.
I want to go back to Remy Ma came out today, and she said she not scared of Clarice Shields, man. Like she
need to be.
Yeah, and she basically saying, I'm gonna sign these divorce papers. I want to get you on up out my life, man.
Well, she should have signed them a long time ago. She's the one that's bitter.
You what?
She's bitter and hurt. When you knew better, you do better.
Do you feel like they can work it out, or it's over with?
Work what out?
Their relationship. They got a child involved, man.
So I'll meet the baby when she's 16. I ain't messing with you. Like you said, I got a payday. My come up is right here, and I'm coming with it. I tried with you, but you was a loser with a bruiser.
Oh, you never went back to a woman?
Never. I'm just like Lot. Once I'm done, I'm done. Because see, it's a reason that we break up. There's always a reason. So when we get back together, one day you're going to wake up and wonder what I did, or I'm going to wake up and wonder what you did, so that hasn't been healed in my little bitty life. You know what I'm saying?
Clarissa's telling, like, you need to sign those papers. That's how it's really comes.
So why would Clarissa have to? I mean, if I don't need you and you ain't got no money and you're broke, I would hurry up and sign the papers. Why are you holding back?
No, that's real. Now, why are you?
Can we get an interjection for this with Miss Jamaica, because she's gonna applaud Remy's sneaky mom from a women's
perspective. Okay,
in a women's perspective.
Okay.
So what's the question?
Well,
there's no question at all. But you heard what we said.
No.
Okay, we saying that Remy Ma is now she's submitting. I'm gonna sign the divorce papers. You should have been signing. I gave them to you, so why didn't you sign them?
Maybe she was in hopes that they could reconcile.
Ain't no hopes.
Anytime a person don't sign the divorce papers,
right,
it's normally because they want to reconcile, or, well, I'm not even going to say it's for no money, because she said he broke, he ain't got none.
Right.
So the only reason would be she wants to reconcile, and
Man, this is the first time I've ever agreed with you. What is this? Is it in the water down here in San Antonio? Is she making sense today? Come on, let's continue this. Oh my goodness!
But that's the only thing, though.
I mean, you're exactly right what you're saying, because and usually it's on a man's perspective that she wants a divorce and he holding back, hoping to get back at her because he didn't invest it so much, he don't want to lose it. But for this to happen, and it's the reversal, like he says, I'm through. I done moved on, I'm good, and you making all of these blogs that you broke, you ain't had nothing, you ain't doing this, and then you say we may have hopes of reconciling. And once you dirty mouth me, we ain't gonna never be all right again. That's me.
Right.
So I would rather for you to shoot me than to talk crazy to me. because words go in my heart. If you say something to me, I believe you mean it. You know, maybe if you shoot me and the gun just went off, Marv, I didn't really, I make you forgive that. But when you say certain things, and just like I said, my mother said something to me one day that got to the core of me. I didn't speak to her for a year. And she said, well, Marvin, I didn't mean it. I just was trying to hurt your feelings. Well, it worked. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of times that the things that we can do with words, that they say the pen is mightier than the sword. So it's, you know, looking at that situation, I really feel I think I got to look at it in the perspective with Remy Ma doing prison time. She had a prison mentality. So coming home and dealing with the same penis, she just had to get out and what they call them, soyos. Is that what they call them?
Yeah, I guess she was. I don't know. I guess she felt like she was trying to do something. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, you know, when you in a relationship with a guy who waited on you for all those years and was going down and back and forth with you, man, like you said something earlier on another interview, you was like, it's different when you get out.
Yeah,
that go on the woman's side too.
To the woman's side, and that's what I'm explaining. And now let's say this: he ran for her for 6 years, but ain't nobody say he was a virgin.
That's real.
Ain't nobody. We ain't questioning that because my loyalties was with you. I had a girlfriend one time. I was in prison, and she told me, she says, I told her, you got my heart. But everything else, whatever I do, they just a charge card. It's just sexercise. And we had an amazing relationship all while I was in prison. She would work dudes, and they would fly her to San Quentin to see me. I could count it on 8:30. 8:28, 8:30, Kenzie, you gotta visit. She was bringing items in, would never take nothing from me, I had so much items. Look, girl, you gotta get rid of this. I got too much here. No, this is for you. She was down for me all while I was there. I went to a prison, there was 960 Crips in the prison. And she was from a Crip neighborhood. And when they seen me going on a visit, her homies like, man, can you tell? Man, I ain't dealing with them. You my man. That's how loyal she was to the effort. But it was as long as I was convenient and she was in control of the stuff she was doing in the street. And she had done so much things in the street. When we got on the street, she thought I was going to do everything that she did. You dig what I'm saying? So there's a difference when you're locked up and I can do this and I have the advertisement, and then shoot, when I get out, you don't look as good as you did in the visiting room. You ain't now it's other people around.
Yeah, I seen that
and you
too.
may dip, you know. And so I'm seeing her like out here fresh, everybody looking at her, and somebody gonna hit, somebody slid up on Eve. And the devil put that thing on her and she brought it right back to Adam.
But my question for that is, okay, you in prison all that time. Okay, were you messing with her before you went to prison?
No.
Okay, but in a case where Papoose and Remy Ma was together before,
right,
and then she's gone for a while, when she comes home, I would think that she would have missed that, you know, because she was gone from him and from his, you know,
no, they
for
was
a while.
doing it in the visiting room. You think sex stops?
So he came in there and gave it to her.
Running it up.
But not, from what I understand,
okay,
is that not all prisons have conjugational visits.
No, and you don't. Conjugal visit is, I done it in the visiting room up under the guards.
And they don't allow that in there.
You sitting right here and I'm sitting right here. I'm skeeting it up in you. Telling you I done made 2 babies in the pen.
No, but they said, but the person who came out and told me.
Yes, sir.
You had 2 kids in the pen.
Right there in the visitor room, behind the machine.
And you telling me that they didn't see you?
I don't care whether they seen me or not.
The guards didn't stop you?
Hell no. The scars over there. You can just like you sitting there. You in your visit. Hey, Mom, I'm going down.
But from what I heard, somebody came on the show and said the only place that allows conjugational visit is California.
Conjugal visit.
Conjugal whatever.
Okay, yes.
Is California. The other states don't allow it. So you were in California. So you were able to do that anyway.
You have to be married.
Oh. You got to be married to do it.
And they allow conjugal visits and go. You can pay to have somebody and have 24 hours in the visit in Texas also.
You can pay and have that.
You can bring a $2 $50.
Wow.
Allegedly, I wasn't there.
I was about to say, okay.
Yeah, no, they make a way. You ain't just, hey, you think a dude is getting a visit every weekend with a female and ain't touching and doing some stuff? Finger banging, doing it all up under there. Had a whole visiting room smelling like fish. Gosh! You know, if you in the visiting room when we're in there, your kids and everything, y'all got to go on this side of the visiting room, because over here, this is family visiting. When you finish, you just go on over and go sit on down over there. Yeah, shoot, right, it's going down. So I'm the way, I don't know what really happened, how it happened, but I'm just saying she should have been as sneaky as women are. How did you get caught? That was blatant. When you do something with somebody so close that they bring it in my face. Mm-hmm. So you intended for this to happen. That's the way I look at it.
Wow. I want to ask you about, I know we talked a little bit about the other day, but they say Skilla Baby is still doing, he's still in stable condition, man, but Skilla Baby gets shot on 8 Mile, when you see stuff like that, you see it all the time, but when you see him get shot like that, now people are saying that it was a hit. It was basically something where he was shot 3 times, so they was trying to kill him. Mm-hmm. When you think about 8 Mile and just Detroit, is that something normal? Is that just something that every hood and every rapper has to go through? It's tough being a rapper according to the track records that you see when they come down to.
No, it's tough living 2 lives. Okay. It ain't tough being a rapper. It's tough pretending that you're somebody when you're not.
But Skilla Baby is rapping about this stuff, man.
Apparently, and he got shot about this stuff too, 3 times. So it wasn't no accident.
They shot him in the head.
They skinned his head, shot him in the back or the shoulder or something, and shot him in the leg. 2 grazed, allegedly. He was grazed twice, so they was going at the head, and a bullet hit him in the leg, allegedly. So it wasn't no accident. So you done made somebody mad enough where they ain't just hitting you with a brick or beating you up with a bat. They putting lead, multiple rounds. So one of your rap lyrics affect somebody.
Yeah.
Your lifestyle just wasn't on 8. What you on 8 Mile for anyway?
That 8 Mile ain't for that.
Ain't for the weak at heart.
Wow, and these rappers, I trip out off them, because when you say that stuff in your songs, how much do you think that it takes a toll on you when you say certain things in your lyrics?
Right.
Tupac would say, "If I die tonight."
If I die tonight. We talked about that earlier. The words you say, I remember one time, I got out of prison, and my relative, he came and picked me up in a brand new Seville. The Sevilles had just came out that year, right? The guards didn't even know what kind of Cadillac it was, right? And I get in the car. When I get in the car, every time we stop, I hear these bells, ding, 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 like in the elevator when you go in Macy's, 3rd floor, ladies' lingerie, and this and this and that. And I'm like, man, what the hell is these bells? And they was selling heroin, and they was taking me around. I was buffed and looking like a little soldier, and everybody thought I was the bodyguard, and they was throwing little faces. They was 50s and 100s and this and that, and I wasn't about that life. But all I wanted in life was a Seville at that time, right? So we sitting up in a total experience one day, and the Whispers was in there, right? And we sitting there, and I said, man, I'll sell my soul to the devil for a Seville. I'm just saying that, right? I'll sell my soul to the devil for a Seville. And I end up getting an Eldorado. I got an Eldorado.
Okay.
Then I had a girlfriend named Yvonne Ethel Hendricks out of East St. Louis. And she said, a Seville is a woman's car. She from St. Louis. She said, a real man has a Brougham d'Elegance. She told me about everything and didn't buy me a wheel. But she gave me the instruction. Knowledge is key. And I bought a Brougham d'Elegance, right?
Wow.
And for my mother's birthday, I bought my mother a Seville. I had more Sevilles than I had girlfriends. But I said, I'll sell my soul to the devil for a Seville. My oldest son died of spinal meningitis at 2 years old. My sister got stabbed 182 times. My grandmother got killed. My grandmother died. My sister-in-law got killed in my mother's house. And I went to prison in 1979, and when I got out, all I had was a Seville.
Wow.
Through all that I tell you, I went on the run, I was discombobulated, but I went through everything, and the devil gave me what I want, but when he came to ask for it, he didn't kill me, but everything around me was being destroyed. And when I woke up to this, all I had left was that Seville.
Wow, your sister got stabbed how many times?
182 times.
By who? What happened?
Explain
My
that.
boyfriend, you know.
See, he's a psycho that many times? She already gone. Why? What happened?
She died.
No, for him to want to have to stab her that many times.
Well, I bet you can ask him in hell too, huh?
Is he dead? Okay.
Well, you know. So I'm just saying, the things that you say, this is what I try to explain to people. I'll kill this and man, watch them words. Because when it happens, it may can destroy you. You know, and it's just like in life. I made 2 major mistakes with my homeboys in my life, right? And I had an OG homeboy named Tory. And Tory caught a dope case. And his wife came to me and told, hey, Marv, you know, Tory is too proud, but he got to go to court. And give me this amount of drugs and I'm going to help him, right? And we're going to get a lawyer and we're going to get this and this and that. And she took the drugs and got strung out on the drugs.
Wow.
And so she stopped coming around the house. And one day, T came to me and said, Marv, what's that? And he said, man, Billy owe you some money or something? I said, she owe me some money. I said, well, now, brush, you know. He says, did you give her? I said, man, she said she was trying to get some money for your court. And I gave her these drugs, right? She said, well, man, bro, you my partner. She said, if I had asked you for something, I would have asked you myself. But when my wife asks you, bruh, you don't give her dope and put her, if you want to give her something, give her money. And it really affected me. To give your sister some drugs, I'm looking to get a profit from that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it really, bam, pushed the thing on me that, man, I was a wrong move, you know what I'm saying? And it put me on another level of what I did with people's family, you know? And then when my other partners, he went to jail and I was trying to help him out and thing came about and I had sex with his girl and didn't say nothing about it. 20 years later, it came up. And man, he was hurt about it. And then I'm hurt about it because I was too big a coward to tell him I had did it. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? So when you make those kind of mistakes, you shouldn't even make them. But sometimes we think that, oh man, I'm doing it for this and I'm doing it for that. And you're trying to make the situation better. But you lose. Tory, he got with it. He was my older homeboy. He gave me a lesson. Like, bro, this ain't what you do in the dope game, in the street game. And I never violated none of my friends' women. I never liked one of them. And that one time, and it cost me, a good friend, I mean, did shit, helped me in the feds. Was me and him took him to Barry Hankerson, Joe Jordan. We did this stuff together, and this one trip separated us. And it wasn't her fault. It was, my fault, because it was supposed to me. I could have said, I ain't doing that, But ain't nothing that happens in the dark ain't gonna come to the light.
Come on, man.
That's so we got to be cognizant of, especially dealing with females. Brothers is losing their lives behind a female, and he's doing this and and you think y'all really cool about it, and we ain't cool about it. And that's a disaster that it plagues me. That, man, I explained to him, man, I was wrong. Yeah, this and that. But he took it as like it was disloyalty. And I understand it was disloyalty. So no matter where I'm like, bro, I helped you get out. And it wasn't, it was something. It was something. So I don't even know why I brought that up.
No, but still, you got it off your chest. But I want to.
Confession is good for the soul.
No, it ain't.
I want to ask you about. You talked about the women earlier when people are locked up, and we had those 10 guys that in the New Orleans jail. 5 of them has been arrested.
Ain't but 3 of them left.
It's 5 out. It's 5 in and 5 out. I want to ask you about now the 3 women that have supposedly helped these guys. They're blaming 3 women that was pretty much jailers or something to do with that jail. They're blaming those women, saying that they helped those 10 guys get out.
And they did.
Explain to me how could something like that happen?
I don't know. Ain't no woman like me.
You've been to prison and you've had
never
women,
broke out.
but you had women that liked you.
Never, and not in prison.
No woman.
Man, I'm not a likable guy. In prison, to me, every guard is the police. I'll throw piss on a woman like I will a man.
So you never did? You never had no conversation with them?
No, I had no conversation.
But these guys evidently did, because they had a relationship going.
I mean, oh, shit.
I seen some of the pictures of them,
Yeah, they was terrible looking. They needed a man. That pop-eyed one, I'm just saying. I didn't mean pop-eyed like that. I'm just saying the lady, she was homely. That's why because see, you got 2 type of women in prison. Is either all-out freak or borderline lesbian. You don't just work in no man's prison to be around men that said, oh, that be this, and I smell it up in there. Is it good? You taking count. We was in San Quentin. We had a little guard named Hooker. She was out of East Oakland, right? And so one of the dudes, every time she would come do the 4 o'clock count, he'd be up masturbating, playing Jungle Love.
Are you serious?
Oh, yo.
Think I want to know you.
Yeah. If you don't stop that, put that shit up, it ain't. But she had to go through it. Little Hooker was, and dude, like, man, is it true hookers make the best housewives? So she had to have a name like Hooker.
They was in that jugging, man.
Yeah,
So let me ask you, what type of charge do you think those ladies will receive for doing that?
They get it's a simple escape, because it was from a county jail. It wasn't no major prison or nothing. So it's a simple aiding and abetting on a simple escape. So they can get 2 to 3 years. That's a lifetime.
Like it ain't nothing, but that's tough for a woman that was working at a jail, never been in trouble.
Well, she
got influenced by the man.
Yes, watch what you do. You good at you didn't put that on. You up in the jail. Now you up in the jail.
Wow, and the other women gonna know that they was in there for that too.
Oh yeah. It ain't gonna be easy.
Wow, that's crazy.
He'll rough them up. She'll be somebody's girlfriend, especially that little pop-eyed one. Timid. She's timid. That it's one kind of look, that old one we seen today. She kind of looked like she kind of rough. She was already borderline lesbian, so she may have some pants on and teardrops down her eyes by the time she get out. Bless y'all, ladies. I hope the best for you. My prayers ain't going to the ceiling for you. So you knew the job was. You you didn't know the job was tough when you took it, but when you're sitting in front of these white folks, you know now.
Let's talk about those guys, man, because you had told me they would probably be arrested by Friday. Here it is Saturday. And they
So you gonna bring that up?
Yeah, they still haven't all been arrested.
What you laughing about?
I'm just trying
Y'all
to
should have bet.
No, we didn't bet, but it's like, what do you think? When do you really? Now let's give you a new forecast. When do you? How long do you think it's gonna be before them boys
Tuesday. They'll be Tuesday. The latest.
You think Tuesday? That's gonna be
Tuesday
it.
at the latest, man. They making a mockery out of the jail system right now. You got everybody in agencies looking for them in Louisiana. Man, they ain't gonna have that.
They might never be caught. Maybe they're the 5 that's gonna get
that
away.
Ain't gonna happen. This ain't Shawship Redemption.
They took out. They got the other 5 back quick because one was on
The
social
youngest
media.
ones that got caught.
He was because
he was so tired. He was on the bus bench,
Yeah, he was.
laid out.
And it was crazy. The other one went on social media. I'm like, okay, if you just broke out, why were you on social media doing all of that?
Yeah, asking to get picked up. Other one was at Granny house. They didn't have nowhere to go.
Which would be so obvious. They're going to check all your family.
So, yeah, that's. I don't know. As long as they stay in them woods, they may got some action for a little, but they ain't gonna be long. They too black.
Wow. I gotta ask you about. I hate to bring him up, but WAC 100. He says that basically Big U was feared, and that he had like 20,000. A lot of wiretaps on him.
Yeah, and he was part of them. He helped the wiretaps.
You think he had something to do?
Oh, bruh. He was instrumental in he probably got a promotion for that. That's how him and Charlie got together in Florida to celebrate his new rank in private security business of the FBI.
Wow.
Yeah, he is the one that single-handedly instrumented all of them dudes' bus.
Were you surprised to see them together in Miami?
No.
You didn't surprise you at all?
Rats of a feather run together.
Wow.
I mean, that's what they do, because neither one of them have loyalties to anything. So it's just a matter of time they hook up. Because right now, like I say, with this media stuff, both of them is running out of gas. It's nothing else for them to say. It's nobody for them to exploit. So now they got the Charleston is man of a million different hats. That boy, Charlie is, man, Jimmy the Cricket, he amazed me. He embraced, I'm a snitch, I talk to the police and I'm gonna shoot you. Rat 100 is not, he's cubbyhole. He didn't graduate from high school. He ain't that smart. You look at him, he look like a little fat dummy. He looked like Puffy's cousin. They got that Down syndrome look, so yeah. So he had to get with somebody that know how to flip things over, because Charlie is a master at that.
But the way that people in LA look at the way Charleston did, from everybody look at him and be like, man, like nobody in LA gonna rock with what he done.
What you mean they don't rock with it? His nose ain't busted.
But
his back ain't dirty. So you must be rocking with it.
I feel you.
If I'm saying something out of line, somebody need to beat me up. If I'm saying something out of line.
So that's why you could see them all. I guess it's because it's just media, I guess, for them.
No, it's just all of this that you're saying about my neighborhood. We're so territorial. You better not come to my hood. I don't want to come to your hood. Why would I do that? But you ain't gonna come out here and find me.
That's real.
Long as it's on Manchester, you better not come up. You know he ain't coming. You better not roll through here. You better not roll through here. The hell?
Not roll through here.
Yeah, so, yeah. It was a time that even if him uttered the words, he would be dealt with. I heard that man say, they called me from California about him saying, F Minister Farrakhan.
Wow.
in the first resurrection, if he had said anything like that, the leader the Honorable Elijah Muhammad wouldn't have had to say nothing. It would have been that back crew. He would be lucky if they didn't kill him.
Wow.
I remember one time, I think it was Chris Rock. Chris Rock was doing a comedy show at the comedy club back in the early 2000s.
Okay.
And he did a Muslim joke about Minister Farrakhan. Captain Shahid and Brother Abdullah went and snatched that clown up off that stage in front of God and everybody. What's wrong with you? I mean, it was just a joke. You don't joke about, this is the nation. What is you talking about? Oh man, I didn't mean it. Here, man, give 50,000 to the minister. Don't let that come out your mouth. This ain't no joke.
So what happened?
Man, like everything else, it got watered down. I remember Yosemite Sam got on the podcast. I'll take 50 Bloods and 50 Crips, and we'll come up into Mars and we'll do this. Big Hugh said, I don't know about the 50 Crips. We ain't doing none of that. I love Minister Farrakhan. I don't know what Yosemite Sam talking about, but he never got dealt with. No.
Sometimes
if you play with a puppy, he'll lick you in the face.
That's real. That's real. That's some real talk. Like, so we're gonna see more and more of these people coming together. That's basically, I guess,
it's not gonna be a long wedding because the Noma to be just like Charlie got with Woody.
Yeah,
the marriage didn't last long.
Oh, so it ain't gonna last long.
Oh no.
So you see a big falling out coming.
I don't know a big falling. It's gonna be a falling out. One scared, another one glad of it. Yeah.
Wow, man. So, boy, you something else, man. Listen, man. Every time I think about, man, how you are, man, you ain't holding back, man. When you look at just all the people you see on the internet, I see you, and man, I'll be like, man, like, oh, gee, man. A lot of people, man, that come in, they listen to you. They listen to you and they
my
say
foolishness.
They give a lot of feedback. No, a lot of them respect you. You, as you and I both know, a lot of it's mixed signals like they do on everybody as they do boss talk. Like
it's good that they better not come down Rosecrans. gang.
They better not come down to Rosecrans, man. So
with that BS, when you come down there, be smiling.
So when you think about like the No Jumper and the podcast and the way that LA is, because I heard Rainwater speaking on Boss Talk
who is Rainwater? That little soundball?
That's my man. I like Rainwater.
Rain is a two-faced, egotistical.
So he went on there and he said, "Man, y'all ain't got more. We got more podcasts. We got Boss Talk. We got Say Cheese.
Okay.
We got Real Life. And he was giving it to him, man. Boss Talk, Young LA, went crazy.
Black shit going down majorly in Texas. Ain't nothing going down in Babylon.
That's what they was arguing. They was arguing back and forth. Say we got. They was talking about the ones that they had. They just said. I think Wax said one, but I don't remember exactly who he was naming because it wasn't prevalent. You know.
Ain't nothing. He got a white daddy. Adam 12. He worked for Adam 12.
I thought they were partnerships.
How you gonna be in partnership? It's either a boss and a worker. You're a plus one. You're replaceable.
Wow. He basically, you know, he's taking a whole new leaf. When you look at Brick Baby, Loose Cannon, he say Loose Cannon is evil. That just came out.
Who said he's evil?
Wag 100. He's evil.
That's the one look like Stevie J.
Who? Which one? Loose Cannon?
Yeah, that's one look like Stevie J.
I don't know if he look like Stevie J.
Stevie J looking rapper. He's supposed to be a artist and a gang member and a podcaster and got a white woman in Vegas that Rick Rock from Compton said he was gonna have sex with his woman too.
What?
Rick Rock said, I'm gonna be up in that house.
Man, Loose Cannon got to be worried about that, man.
He better be with. She ain't loyal.
You don't think so?
Ain't loyal.
You don't think so, Shizo?
He don't look like he that good in bed anyway.
What the hell, OG? Is you crazy?
that's what I got on the dark web about.
Oh, gee, let me ask you this, man, because Chris Brown was released, man. Do he end up getting back? Does he end up being okay? Or how do you? This is in a whole different country, so I don't know if Chris Brown's gonna, he got this tour going on, but he got to deal with what he done over there when he threw that bottle, or when the bottle allegedly was thrown. He got to deal with that. He put up a lot of money to get out. Yeah. Millions of dollars.
So that UK, they just like Texas. They want the money.
Yeah, I figured that.
So I believe, I didn't follow it that close, and it was just something if they made him stay, because his first tour, his first concert is in London, in the UK.
That's right.
June the 7th. So, and he didn't supposed to go to court till June the 12th. So his first 3 engagements, allegedly, from what I understand, was in the UK.
It is.
So they wasn't burning their money up like that.
Yeah.
So they put it up, and they'll probably give him probation or do like Texas did me. Don't come back.
Don't come back.
I'm not back, y'all. I'm not back. I'm not back. Really, I'm not back.
So when you think about it, do you realize, man, that he had his issues with Rihanna when he was younger. We know that he had his issues. Him and Yellow Beezy basically allegedly had some stuff going on in the club in Dallas. He's been through his run-ins. I remember he was doing a radio show one time. The window got knocked out. He's had some rough patches, man. But at an older life, as an older guy, I'm thinking, that stuff gonna kind of fade back.
Of course, but yellow boys and short men have it harder than everybody else. So you got to prove yourself a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then when you get in the media and he can dance real good, people think he a sissy.
Wow.
But this man got hands.
And gonna use them.
Ain't gonna use them. So he's on a short fuse anyway. And he ain't just started fighting. He had to grow up fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So these are some things, and like you say, after a while you mature. But with this business, it's so ugly. It's an unforgiving business, but he's been in so many mainstream movies and stuff that he just, that's the thing that I seen about Mike Tyson that I really admired about Mike. When the heat got on him, he laid down for 3 years.
Wow.
Stayed out the media. Didn't know what, Mike broke, he not this and that. And he went over to Italy and started working in Italy. And when white folks saw him progressing out the country, they begged him to come back.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Now he's the poster boy.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Wow. I know you being one that was around, been around. Suge Knight, man, when do you think he'll be getting out?
What you say?
When will he be getting out of prison?
What you say?
You don't know when he'll be getting out?
What did you say?
I'm just thinking about it because at the end of the day, you see him on podcasts, you hear him speaking out from prison. You know what I mean? A lot of times you hear him talking to different people or saying different things as far as on podcasts. You know what I mean? And that's public information.
Okay. Well, you want me to have him call you and you can ask him yourself?
Yes.
Okay. Let's.
I got a couple of people that done. You guys. So you can have him call me.
I didn't say that. I said, did you want me to?
I would love to talk to him on Boss Talk.
Okay. All right. So,
I'll talk to him and we'll go down through there.
Okay.
I'll ask him when do you think you'll be getting out of that place?
Okay.
Because when they sentenced him to 27 years.
Okay.
So I just don't know, when he'll be coming home.
So in California, sometimes you can do half time. Sometimes if it's an offense and you have a prior, you do 85%. So count half of 27 or 85% of 27.
Wow.
And then you can mathematically figure it out yourself. You're an engineer. You don't need me. You didn't hear it from me.
No, but I definitely don't want to see nobody locked up. You know that.
We already locked up.
I know it, but.
So close your eyes.
Don't look at it.
He already there. Save your prayers. We got to do better.
We got to do better. No. So man, like the thing you gotta understand, man, is when you look at across the board, like all of the different artists and stuff, that the music industry now, you know, back when Suge and all these people from Dr. Dre and everybody was doing their thing, Easy, NWA, Too Short, when it first came off, it was tangible and everybody was eating. Now they trying to figure out a way to maneuver that music and that money back to a place where they can, you know, live off of it and get residuals off of it. Will we ever get back to that place where the music used to be?
No, we'll never get back, because white America then made all of their money off of execution and exploitation of neighborhoods.
Okay.
So NWA, F the police, and I beat my homie up and I did this. That didn't run out. The expiration date is over. So blacks got to come up with a new genres. I killed my next door neighbor. They don't care. Murder. Like I said, when I went to the feds, I looked at my sentence was for 65 years for possession of a weapon. Ex-felon or known gang member in possession of a weapon that was not made in Compton.
Wow.
Interfering with commerce. Operation Safe Street from 1968. Not for shooting nobody, just for me having the gun, was 65 years.
Wow.
And I was in the law library because one law deals with another law, and we're dealing with stuff, and I'm looking, and I looked at the law, and I looked at commerce, looking at the commerce and what the ascertains of commerce interfering with commerce, and they got a law here called computer fraud.
Wow.
Exploiting commercial impact. Computer fraud. It says under this, under computer fraud, that you can steal up to $80 million. And the top sentence is 48 months. So I'm killing people for free. I'm a menace to society.
Wow.
So we're still in primitive crime when we got AI. We was just talking about AI earlier, about the AI. What was we saying? Who was telling us about AI on? We can get on
AI
the
something totally
internet and just talking to your phone and deal with AI, and it'll tell you everything. It can write a book for you. Mm-hmm. And we still in the covered wagon age.
Yeah.
You know, you can destroy somebody on the internet quicker than you can with a bullet.
That's right.
If you use it right, you know. So we haven't. I implore every gang member in the world, go to the library and look under the law, CalAb or penal code, for gang activity or gang injunctions, and look at the time that you get for just participating or admitting that you're a gang member.
Wow.
10, 15 years. But for computer fraud, for alienated, for fraud, for bank fraud, 18 months, 20 months for $6 million. And you standing in front of somebody's liquor store for free? And they put a red suit and tie on, a blue suit and tie, and go up in them corporations. I'm not advocating anything dishonest, but everything in America is the biggest crooks and the biggest gangs is politicians and the police.
Wow. Wow.
So I'm saying all that to say we get lined up for stuff that we know nothing about. You didn't know nothing about your crime until you went to jail.
That's right.
You didn't know how much time it carried.
That's right.
You selling, man, when I first got arrested for possession of PCP, the first time I got arrested for it, it was $1,500 bail or 6 months in the county jail. It was a controlled substance.
Wow.
It wasn't even a drug. Mm-hmm. By 1980, when the feds found out we was making millions of dollars off of it, it became 10 years.
Wow.
Now it's a federal offense even to have one chemical. Used to have all the chemicals in concert.
Right. That's right.
Now just a chemical. Having pencyclidine is a 10-year sentence. Having sodium bisulfide is a 10. You can get 30 years for just having chemicals.
Damn.
Interfering with commerce. Know what the crime you is. I used to have a partner, and he said, Marv, when they first opened the 99-cent stores, right? And the 99-cent stores, when they opened up in California, it was all cash. They didn't take checks, they didn't take credit cards. So Friday, they would get money and have it in their safe until Sunday, and then they would come pick it up Monday morning. So they used to go in a van and go through the window, take a chain and break the safe, and they was getting $80,000 or $90,000.
Wow.
Just cash money, right? And I was like, man, he said, Mom, no, man, you carry them pistols. I ain't doing no robbery. Everything I do is a burglary, 16, 2 or 3. 16 months, 2 years or 3 years.
Wow.
So he done already, and he hitting $80,000, $90,000 a weekend. Pier 1 imports. Here, man, here's $10,000. You take this, you ain't going nowhere with us. You carrying them pistols.
I want to ask you, I want to go to this because I'm going to ask you about a couple of things before we get off of here. The one thing I'm going to go back to is Tory Lanez, man. They took him to a different location again. And the one thing I want to understand is and I got to ask you this again because this case doesn't stop coming up. Megan Thee Stallion has already pressed charges. Not press charges. She put a restraining order to keep him away from her. You know, basically.
Well, you're away from her for 10 years.
Yeah, but she felt like he was harassing her from jail.
Okay.
Like, you know, restraining order.
That he can't call.
The call and
email.
Talking about her, emailing and all that, and it went through. Like,
well, wait a minute. What evidence is that? Do we have that on the media? Did she show any actual proof of him calling her or sending some emails to her?
Well, she just felt like it was something
she was being bullied by his fans. Wait a minute.
The fans and stuff keep calling OG.
With the fans, ain't got nothing to do with me. Where them fans at? I got my boots on the ground. The hell you tell me about a fan? Now I'm sitting up in here suffering for my life. Man, the homies called and they was mad at me. Hey, Marv, you putting this out? Man, we doing the best we can up here, man. There was 2 brothers trying to help Tory. Say he done gave us too much up in here. Bloods and Crips, they done got together. And we ain't heard it on the media, but they said the next day they rolled up 3 of them boys.
Really?
They rolled up 3 of them. I sent it to you. You didn't want to put it out.
No, I'm getting it from you. I'm getting it from you.
So like, they doing what the best they can, you know, up against it. But I had to applaud them. You know, I told them, man, I'm gonna get on. We gonna talk about that.
And we doing that?
Yeah, because they called, man. We want to let OG know, man, that no, we ain't laying down on this. We got some homies from Anders. Some Long Beach insane Crips. We've been on this, and our building over here, we taking off. 2 of them tried to help him on the other street, and when they said it, just like I told you, it wasn't just one Mexican hit him.
Okay, you saying it wasn't just one?
No.
So Tory Lanez to get hit 14 times from the angles he got hit at.
Right, it was more than one.
You just don't feel like it was one person.
That's what they said. It was more than one. And that stuff about, he said, man, confirmed again. Man, the things that he got coming in the visiting room, ain't nowhere in hell that he would worry about some old Mexican girl. Ain't nothing that, she may have been sweating him, but that didn't have nothing to do with this guy. And he got like 4 institution stabbings already.
So OG, do you feel like it was a hit, or do you feel like
yes,
it was
definitely a hit. It was definitely.
Do you think
hit.
it was somebody on the outside that summons it?
That's how I do it. Ain't nobody on the inside. They ain't giving up no soups. They didn't gave somebody he was snitching. No, I'm telling what it is. Don't make it something else.
So you say it was a hit?
Actually, only thing he didn't die.
They wanted to kill him.
Man, trying hard.
Wow, so that's crazy, because at the end of the day, you think that the time he got would be enough, but now somebody, if it's from the outside and somebody has paid money to try and get this guy assassinated.
Now look, I was listening on the dark web. They say Tory, before he got in this thing with Megan Thee Stallion, he started putting out on podcasts the money he was making off of NFTs. And he was telling artists, you don't have to deal with a major label. put your album out, do this NFT. I made $600,000 or $60,000 in one day doing this. I'm charging $60 a tape, and people are paying for it. You don't have to get cents on the dollar. I seen one of his podcasts, one of the things he was talking about, NFTs. And allegedly, after this thing happened, and this situation happened with Megan Thee Stallion, and didn't get in a fight with him, she got in a fight with another girl. And she got hit with a ricocheted bullet. I don't know who shot it, but Tory had to take the fall for it.
Yeah.
He took the fall for it. And so now somebody want him out the way. They wanted Kobe out the, man, do you think that this, right where I live, I can see the smoke from the helicopter. Now this helicopter pilot has been doing this for 20 years in this 10-mile radius, getting to where he was going from the airport, from Calabasas to wherever they was going, right? Been doing this. Allegedly, under the dark web, they said that every morning before he would take his flight, he had a practice of drinking black coffee. They say somebody put something in his coffee, and when he drank the coffee, when he started flying the plane, his equilibrium went off. And when his equilibrium went off, the plane started spinning.
Wow.
So he was burned up, so they didn't do no autopsy. Nasty work. Allegedly, when they went back to the office, the coffee pot was gone.
Wow.
Man, you can't beat America, man. When they want you, they got you.
That's crazy, crazy work.
And we don't talk about that.
Wow.
You know?
I want to ask you about, and this is my last and final question, Diddy, because this case is going to be going on for a while. I have to ask you about Diddy. I want to know what can the defense do to try to help Diddy on calling maybe some people on the stand to try to help Diddy
with the team that Diddy has. I am so surprised that they allowed the testimony to come in on the testimony that they're given has nothing to do with it. It has something, but we don't know how they're pulling this together, and that his team should know how they're pulling this together and strike that as being irrelevant to the charges.
They brought some stuff in there that was really crazy.
Really crazy, but like I say, you don't understand what the prosecution is doing. They're setting up the conspiracy. It's not about you're hearing how the prostitute came in and how Cassie paid him extra and how Cassie herself was ordering and they was doing this. To allow that type of testimony in is tying her into being a co-conspirator.
Okay.
She has total immunity. So whatever they charge her with, she ain't going to jail for it. So they put her up there as a pregnant, she did. So you have a charge of an unwilling conspirator. That gives him the RICO, that gives him the racketeering. Because why they did it federally instead of criminally, criminal law, local law, it's about the crime. Federal law, it's about the money.
Wow.
All of this that you did, the freak offs that you had, I don't care about the baby oil and all that, you didn't pay taxes. This lady said you were facilitating for her to give prostitutes, male strippers, $2,400, and you didn't file taxes on that.
Wow, I didn't think about that.
You did, and Cassie testified that she did this. And she testified that y'all was a couple at that time.
Wow.
So now that alleges all the criminal conspiracies on you. Who gonna get you out of that? You didn't just have a pregnant. When they do their closing statement, they're gonna talk about what Cassie did and what Cassie said. And oh yeah, Cassie was an unwilling conspirator.
Wow.
You heard them say that she flew this prostitute out from this time. So they came from one city to another city, and they paid for it, and they paid them, but they didn't pay us taxes.
So it's about the taxes.
It's all about the money. It's all about the money. I got arrested. I didn't get arrested here. I brought a 55-gallon drum of pencyclidine, a 45-gallon drum of petroleum ether and anhydrous ether, sodium bisulfide, and sodium cyanide. I put them on Continental Airlines, and I came in on Frontier, right? When I got to LAX, one of the duffel bags was gone. And I told my girl, like, she's like, well, I said, well, man, we busted. No, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna do this. The hell no, you ain't. She goes back in there, the DEA, whoa. I take out running. They caught me. I just didn't want to leave her, and they got me. I should have left her ass where I was. You know?
You told her don't go back in there.
I told her don't go back in there. First of all, see, this is a woman. I called her and told her to tell my brother. My brother had a truck. I told her, go get my brother, tell my brother that I got this and that, and meet it at the airport. She go and tell her brother. He comes rolling up there in his Brougham d'Elegance, him and his girlfriend and her. I get off the plane and I said, hey, me and Junior, we came up here to, so wait a minute now. She said, I went to go get it, but all the bags wasn't there. I said, what you mean all the bags wasn't there? Well, a duffel bag is gone. I saw, man, that shit busted. Let's get the hell up out of here. Oh, you scared? Go up. I'm going to go up in there. We're going up in there. So I said, Junior, you go? No, man, I'm kicking back. Her and Dora, they walk up in there. They walk up in there. I see them white folks closing in. I said, damn, Junior, they get ready to get busted. So I get out the car. Hey, she just talking. They look around and see me. That's Marv right there. The chase is on. I'm out of there.
Wow, that's crazy. That's the way it be though. Yeah. You had to come up out of there because you know they were
come up out of there. So now they arrest us for having chemicals on a plane, right? But when they find out in Houston, Texas, I bought them from a chemical company and paid taxes for them.
Wow.
So they had to let us go, right?
Right.
So they let us go the next moment. Man, you paid for this, didn't you? I said, yeah, I paid for it. Well, Marv just signed here, so I ain't signing nothing. Junior signed it. So the next day, they call us, right? Say, Marv, they want us to come. They said we can pick up the chemicals. I say, Junior, we don't want to pick up them chemicals, bro. Man, no, they said we can get them, right?
Junior said he got to go get them chemicals.
We got to go get them chemicals, man. You got all this. All right, man, we go down there. But now Junior signed for it, but they wanted me to sign. So I signed.
Oh, no.
I signed. We coming down Century, right? We riding down Century.
With the chemical.
With the chemical. We got him in the truck. And he got a truck. And the boy I tell you about, Ben driving the truck, right? So we back in the Brougham. We riding behind Ben, and I hear, look up, helicopter way up here. So I'm like, damn, Junior, oh, you tripping. We get on Piru Street, we pull up in the driveway to Junior's father's house, we pull up in there, and helicopter's still up there. I said, Junior, next thing you know, sheriff is, woo!
Wow.
We out of there, I'm out of here, I break wide.
Again.
I break wide. They arrest Junior and take the chemicals.
So did they get you? They didn't get you for it?
Hell no. Hell no.
But they wanted y'all to have possession of it.
We wanted to have us to have possession of it.
They knew they couldn't get you right if they didn't do it that way.
Right. And now the chemicals are illegal in California.
Yeah. But in Texas, you was good.
And the feds, I paid for them, so it wasn't a federal offense. I paid the taxes.
Wow.
So now we had everything in conjunction to make PCP. So that's how they run up in Junior, took all the chemicals, took Junior to jail. We had to bail him out for $150,000, you know.
Damn, OG, man, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. I think I done got you for everything. Did I forget anything, man? We down there in San Antonio.
We in San
showed
Antonio.
Hey, man, I hope you guys are enjoying the channel. I hope you guys are enjoying the interviews as much as we enjoy doing them. I just want to tell everybody, thank y'all, man. I can't express enough that we love the way you guys share, have always been supportive of us, man. And what you got to say, Miss Jamaica? You feel the same way?
Yes, sir.
But she is so quiet. I forgot, man.
We've been going down through there, man.
This is the first time in 2 years me and her agreed on something.
I was so happy about that as well.
Memorial Day. Hey, man, shout out to Miss. We doing better, y'all.
Hey, we doing better, man. How can people get a hold of you if they're trying to reach out?
Meet me on Rosecrans. I'm on Instagram, Ayatollah Marv 1. On Facebook, Marvin Kinsey, that's my government name, and don't use it. Just don't abuse it. So,
man, thank you so much, man. And I can't wait till we do it again. We got some stuff. We ain't telling y'all what it is, but we got some big stuff coming, man. We got a lot of traveling, a lot of stuff. Y'all gonna enjoy the moves. Just keep watching it, man, and watch the next video that's coming up right next. It's right here. It's always right here. Boss Talk 101. What a bosses talk.
And we out.